Hello and welcome. I'm Dana. Thank you for being here. When you're recording, you really need to press the start button. It does help, but I didn't. So I stamped and heat embossed the image and realised that it was a no-go. At least it was before I'd finished my piece. It was at the start. So the piece I'm using is two 6x6 papers that I have glued together. They have been in my stash and I consider them ugly papers. They might not be to someone else, but they were to me. So instead of just leaving them in my stash, I decided to use them. I glued them together with matte medium and they seem to have stuck pretty well. Right now I'm putting tissue paper. No, it's not tissue paper. It's tea bags. Anyway, moving along. The tea bags over the top, and I am scrunching the tea bags up to create texture. I love using tea bags in my work, and I have a lot of them because I drink a lot of tea. It doesn't matter how many layers of the tea bag you put on top of each other. It always seems to stay quite translucent, so you can actually see what's underneath. It just changes it. I am using my fingers and the brush to stick down the tea bag because I guess I just want to make sure it's stuck down. Still putting the layers. As you can see, the more layers that I get on, it changes spots, leaves spots light, leaves spots dark. I have sped up my video, so it's not in real time, but I just seem to keep playing and playing and playing. So it's all the same at the moment, using my fingers, getting stuff all over them, which is always fun with mixed media. I'm pouncing the brush to make sure that stuff is stuck. All the layers I want are down and glued, and I have dried the piece, which you won't see because I have removed that part of the video. Who needs to see drying? That's boring. I'm now tearing off some of the excess tea bag, not all. I do want the overhang rather than straight lines. I've got out my gesso as I want to highlight the texture that I have created. I don't want too much gesso on the flat pieces, but I do want that texture to stand out. So I'm tapping it off in the lid of my gesso container, spinning my piece so it goes all ways and I'm not just using the spatula one way. I pick up my piece and I scrape across the edges. As you can see there's not a lot of gesso, but the texture is standing out. And it's not a spatula because I'm not cooking. It's a palette knife. I have dried the gesso. This month over at the Ugly Art Club, the prompt is structure. So I've completed my foundation and now I'm working on my focal point. Using the red thread that I had out for my last piece that I rejected, I've decided that I'm using it this time. That photo is a digital print off. I'm not sure who it came from. I've looked in my stash and I can't remember. I've So what I'm playing with right now is some black netting, which I've actually dyed with acrylic black ink. It was white. I use my glue stick to stick the picture to the netting and the thread. And now I'm using a stronger glue and moving my focal point to the side so it's not right in the middle. Putting more netting underneath, more glue, making sure it's stuck. This was fun. This piece did not want to stick. I don't know how many times I tried to get it to stick, and then in the end I had to hold it down with a pointy tool. I know that's not the correct word, but it's my pointy tool. It holds things down. As you can see, I've put the black netting over the top as well as underneath, so I've incorporated that picture into my background so it's not just stuck on. Yep, still playing. Tidying up my desk and tapping my fingers to actually work out if I've finished. I don't always add words, but this time I did. I will be inking the edges and adding glue to help stick down the words. I would like to thank you for being here. If you've stuck around watching my creative process, please, if you have any questions, leave them below and I'm more than happy to answer. Thank you once again and happy creating.